Wham! Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
And good Saturday afternoon. Boy, was I not ready for that.
Talking from a distance.
I'm like, where's my microphone? I don't have a microphone in front of me. Thank you, Derek, for managing to... His eyes are as big as saucers. What? All right, well, welcome to The Drift. What we do every Saturday is go over the news that we put on thedailydrift.com. It's
the news you need to know.
Excellent. And we got a bunch of things to kind of mishmash around. I don't have a real super set agenda today, so... If you folks,
Joe from Wyandotte.
Eat up some time with Joe. But we got a bunch of stuff I kind of want to talk about. So if you want to call into the show, 734-822-1600. Or if you don't want to call in and talk, you can email me, Gary, at thedailydrift.com, and I can read your comments on the air. But before we do that, let's take care of a little business. If you're looking for equipment, snow is right around the corner, so plowing equipment, truck equipment, tractor-type equipment. LS Tractors have these wonderful snow pushers and or buckets to move snow. And Aishelman Equipment can service those product needs. 734-994-6000. Conveniently located at 6 Mile Road in US 23. You can see all the equipment they got lined up out there. So lawnmowers, tractors.
You couldn't go for harvesting. You couldn't go for dead leaf management. You had to jump right to snow. It's Labor Day. You jump right to snow.
I think the average listener is probably looking for ways to get rid of the snow. Dead leaf management?
I mow my leaves.
I mow my leaves.
That's
right. I don't even have a mulching mower anymore, but I still mow my leaves.
That's right.
And I find that it works out just well for me. But Aishelman Equipment, you can also go to their website, AESCHLIMAN.com, Aishelman.com, or call them at 734-994-6000. And Mark's a good guy. He can get you all set up with the kind of equipment you need for wintertime.
Yep.
So, and then let's also looking for some help at the Current, COURANT online.com. You can advertise in the Current, be online, internet advertising, and in the paper. So try and call Ed at
734-740-7309.
How about doing that again?
734-740-7309.
There you go.
Or look in the paper, look online, it's somewhere.
CurrentOnline.com.
Yeah,
easy to
me
get
on
to.
Facebook. I'll talk to you.
All right, on Facebook. There you go. That's the way to do it. Well, let's just start with Hurricane Dorian. We were talking about
we dodged that one, huh?
We dodged the super weather bullet on this. Right?
Yeah, well, that too.
But. I mean, it very odd. I feel bad for the Bahamas. I was reading a story online today about this poor father. The water was chest deep or so around his house, and he was so freaked out that he was seeing sharks swimming around his house. He put his son up on the roof.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
And the son blew away, and he wasn't able to get back to his son, and his son's still missing. It was just devastating, for something like that to happen. Oh, I feel so bad. But they got the brunt of it, and they got hit. But doggone it, if we didn't dodge the bullet in Florida, my sister and mom were all set for this giant hurricane to hit, and it made the big right turn.
Yeah.
So not that we got off scot-free.
In Massachusetts now, right? That was quick.
Yeah.
It takes forever in the Bahamas, but that's how people roll. That's how, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe
stick around the Bahamas a while and then maybe check in Massachusetts quickly.
Hit Obama's out. No, I'm not saying that, but I look at those people that were...
Okay, you went there.
Why not? The liberals went there.
That guy who says the waters are going to rise, and he buys a $15 million compound at sea level.
I know, really.
But it's currently sea level.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Al Gore's got beachfront property. He spent $9 million on 10 years ago.
What a racket.
And so I don't want to hear any more of you people talking about climate change and water rising. It's all hooey.
Yeah.
Every bit of it is hooey. I'm tired of it.
Even if it was changing, get used to it, folks. Mankind is not that powerful, or we could have nuked that hurricane. Right? If we were going to do something about weather, we'd have nuked the hurricane, and we didn't.
I don't.
That's right, because Obama declared war on the weather. Remember that?
You started to mention that.
Yes. It was a mission of the Navy about 6-7 years ago. I wrote something about it. And so the Navy had declared war on the weather. It was part of climate change. Well, how do you think the weather's going to react? They're going to come back at us with hurricanes like crazy, right?
Right.
We declared war on them first. But now under Trump, the Navy has backed off from its mission of the war on weather. So we can expect better weather. We'll come to a détente with hurricanes.
They must, because it didn't hit Mar-a-Lago. It was supposed to go straight. And all those liberals that were
praying they know
right?
what side their bread's buttered on, but they're headed right up towards Obama's compound.
I'm going to attribute a big chunk of it to faith. And I think a lot of people in the United States have faith nowadays,
you want to go there
what
too?
you see.
Where the Dems say, we don't want your prayers?
Yeah.
That's what the prominent Dem candidates are saying, except for Marianne Williamson. She's praying to something other than the Judeo-Christian God, but, I don't know who she prays to. She says, my prayers. You don't believe in God. What are you praying? But that's different.
Yeah,
they're all mocking her. All the other candidates are mocking her because she said something about praying for the people in the Bahamas, like it would do something.
Yeah. I mean, I feel very bad for the people in the Bahamas. I don't. What was the story with the deep water Chinese port that was allegedly being built in the Bahamas, and did it get hit badly? I heard. I couldn't confirm any of it.
I thought that was the Panama Canal. No, that was their deep water port.
No, I had heard that the Chinese had invested in a deep water port
I hadn't heard that.
in the Bahamas. I can't confirm. Well, I'll do some digging this week.
Their whole what road? What's not Silk Road? What's that road they call it? Their whole road policy is going down the tubes because they're going broke. They had this expansion effort going on with Pakistan, and lending money to Pakistan. Pakistan's never going to pay back. Mineral rights in Afghanistan while we're fighting the Taliban. They're mining minerals in Afghanistan. They were all over the world investing our money that they took from us.
Right.
And now that whole policy is collapsing. So that deep water port thing, that was probably in trouble long before Dorian hit it, if it was a thing.
If it was a thing at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it was. But I'm going to say, you know what, there's obviously a little divine intervention for that thing to stop and make a right-hand turn the way it did and spare Florida. Now, I know the Carolinas got hit a little bit and Georgia got hit a little bit, but way, way less than what would have happened had that thing come straight on shore and gone across into Alabama or anything else.
Well, I have family in Jacksonville, and, I was watching closely what happened there. I thought it was kind of funny to see the weather guy. It was almost like that CNN guy who was like leaning into the wind that last hurricane, and people are walking behind him, standing up, reading a newspaper, and he's leaning into the wind machine. But I watched this one guy from Fox News, and he was on the beach in Jacksonville. I've been in that beach many times, and the wind noise is there, and they're talking about, the hurricane's going to hit, the hurricane's going to hit. And all these people are out boogie body surfing, and swimming and relaxing on the beach. It's
right.
They're from Florida. They know what to do.
Yeah, well, oddly enough, and I'm going to tell folks, if you haven't listened to our morning show here at Wham, 6 to 9, Gruber Show, Steve Gruber Show, I'm really starting to like his show. He is really putting a top-notch show together every morning. Monday through Friday.
No more call-ins.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Well, you like to call in because
I called in once or twice, and he said he liked it, but now it's like, no, you got to text or Facebook or message or something.
Yeah, he's getting busy. Well, the show is good, though. He's picking up a lot of really good guests and a lot of good information
National
on there.
Stuff.
And he was talking about hit that Denmark study that just came out, right, that is kind of attributing that it's an admission by some scientists that, the heating and the cooling is due to the orbit and the sun, which I think the rest of us already knew. Hello.
Wow.
And it's not due to anything we're doing.
Millions of government dollars did that grant take to determine that, I
know.
Let's see, the sun orbits.
Well, let's take a call from Joe in Wyandotte, who's been waiting patiently.
To change the subject.
And Joe, welcome to the show.
Well, first, to not change the subject. I love Joe Bastardi. He's on Fox a lot. And this was certainly not unprecedented. There's been several storms that have done that kind of a track over the years. And it wouldn't have been unprecedented, of course, had it slammed it. There have been plenty of storms over the years that have come in and hit. So, but the left always, no matter what the storm is or what it does, the narrative is this is unprecedented. Because, of course, they can't deal in fact and reality and don't want anybody to know history. Like when Sandy did this kind of track, skirted the coast, and then kind of semi-hit New York, that was unprecedented, which was not true. It happened like in 1907. I'm not sure exactly.
That's before
year,
history.
But obviously there weren't
Pay no attention to those
that
facts.
many people or that much property to destroy back then.
Hey, when you destroy history and when you have no interest in history, everything's unprecedented, right?
Exactly. But I dug back through the Daily Drift because...
It's the news you need to know.
Exactly.
It's the stale news you need to know, too. So go back to the back issues. It's the stale news you need to know.
Yeah. Tuesday, September 3rd, you had on about racist Democrats. Democrats called blacks who support Trump mentally ill, mainly Deborah Messing, who has been backpedaling. She said she wanted a conversation, so of course I engaged her on Twitter. I sent her the fact about black unemployment being the lowest in history. I sent her several testimonials of those involved who've walked away or involved in the Blexit movement. Of course, she promptly blocked me because she doesn't want her people to know reality and what's going on out there and to learn anything from black people who woke up and walked away. You know, they...
Wait, you got blocked by Deborah Messing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously not doing my job because I tweeted to her several things that I thought.
Gary?
You know what?
Piker.
I'm kind of aggravated. I thought I hit her pretty hard, but obviously, Joe, you must have done something.
Did you hit her with facts though, or just opinion?
A little bit of both.
Okay, well, Joe was hitting her with facts. That's.
I think I threw the employment rates at her as well, but I didn't get blocked. God.
But she doesn't want any of her followers to see that. Plus, she's busy trying to backpedal as quick as possible, so she just doesn't want that to keep showing up on her feed.
Yeah, I think the only famous person that's blocked me so far is John Cusack, if you can call if you can call him famous.
I liked him in so many movies.
I did too. He was a good movie. He's a good actor, right?
I loved Grosse Point Blank.
Yes,
you remember that one?
Yeah.
Or Love Happens.
That was a great Cusack movie. I loved that. And 2012, I enjoyed that.
Okay.
But,
no, that was climate change. 2012 was climate change.
Yeah, that was, yes, like The Day After Tomorrow. It was all climate change paranoia, but it was still a
good movie.
2012 based on the Mayan calendar, supposed end of the world.
Was he in Overcomer?
No. But thank you for queuing that up. Yeah, we both agree that is an exceptional movie. I give it a B+. I wouldn't quite go to A-, but that I've seen that 3 times already now.
Overcomer?
Already.
You'd only give a B+?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, wait a minute. You just said you saw it 3 times. You go see B movies 3 times?
I don't know. There's something
How many
wrong.
times do you see an A movie, Joe?
Huh?
How many times do you go to see an A movie?
Actually,
once is
a
enough
lot
for
of
an
times
A movie.
only once because they're so awing.
You want an A+ movie? You want an A+ movie? Because every time I catch part of it on television, I'm watching Deadpool.
I
love Deadpool. Yes,
I can't
Deadpool
take it. I'm sorry.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy for the same reasons. They are a lot more fun-oriented, not as serious.
Right.
See, Joe Leonard knows movies normally, folks, but on Overcomer, he's wrong. Overcomer's A+.
Okay, Ed, did you notice the front license plate on the one vehicle in the driveway?
Yeah, what about it?
The J. Austin Motors throwback, right?
Yep, flywheel.
Yep. You caught it? Okay. Yeah, people keep a watch. That's one of the good things about the Kendrick Brothers continuity.
These guys have made a series of movies, and they started out making a movie in their church. First, they made a video for their church in Georgia, Sherwood Baptist Church. And then they made a small movie, and they had the church kind of financed it. It was a moral Christian, had a movie to about a small-town used car salesman dealership who was kind of corrupt. You know what I mean? Yeah. Morally bankrupt. And it's a hilarious